our last episode, Gogeta and Broly had taken Bulma back to her lab, with Raditz and past Goku accompanying them. Bulma was eventually able to deduce how Gogeta's travel through time caused future Goku and Vegeta to fuse again without doing a fusion dance. But little did the gang know, Whis and an annoyed Beerus were on a collision course for Earth at that very moment, and the god of destruction had every intention on making the fused Saiyans pay dearly for meddling with time. After Bulma explained how Gogeta's time traveling affected his fusion technique, past Goku had asked the question that everyone, even Gogeta himself, was too afraid to ask.
Whoa! You mean to tell me there's a chance future me is going to be stuck with that other guy for good? You can't whip up some kind of gizmo or something to break them up?
Eventually. But the thing is, these guys need to go back to their timeline eventually too. Or at least that's what they claim. And I can only focus on one thing at a time. It's either build a time machine or build something that can maybe defuse Goku and Vegeta.
But do you know for sure you'll be able to send us back to the future?
Unfortunately, no. The radiation in your bodies gives me a starting point to work with, but there's no guarantee I'll have the kind of scientific breakthrough I need to solve this problem. And it's a scientific breakthrough I don't see myself having for a long time.
How long are we talking?
Bulma sighed. It was a question she honestly hoped Gogeta wouldn't ask.
Years, Gogeta. You'd have to wait years until I maybe figured out how to build one, and there still wouldn't be a guarantee.
Gogeta felt his stomach drop like he swallowed an anchor.
Years? So I'm stuck here for years? And even after all of that, I still won't know if I'll be able to go back to my friends? My family? This is definitely not what I wanted to hear. But I guess it's out of my hands. I'm just gonna have to make the best of it, and have faith Bulma will be able to fix this. Hell, I don't have a choice. If the smartest person in the universe can't send me back home, then nothing will.
Later that day, Gogeta stood out in the middle of Capsule Corp's lavish and gargantuan balcony. Whereas the Goku in him didn't feel like this was too big of a deal, always optimistic things would turn out for the best, the Vegeta in him couldn't help but brood a little. Especially knowing that Frieza was still running around in his timeline, because Whis brought him back to life after the Tournament of Power.
It's ironic. I guess in a way, Frieza did end up getting rid of me after all. Now the Earth might be at his mercy, and I don't know if Gohan or anyone else is strong enough to stop him. I'd like to believe Beerus would help though. He loves the food on Earth too much to let Frieza destroy it.
Hey, that was some heavy stuff back there. You feeling all right?
Yeah. I just have a lot on my mind, as you can imagine.
Well, if you need a place to crash for a couple of years, my door's always open. Actually, it's also kind of your door too, right? I'm sure you know that we have some extra space in that house. I'll just have to convince Chi-Chi to let you stay.
I appreciate the help, but we both know that Chi-Chi's probably not gonna let that happen. So, I'll probably just be on my own for a while. Maybe I'll get a room over at Master Roshi's, or just live out in the woods somewhere. It's not as if we're not used to living like that.
You're telling me. I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love Chi-Chi, I do miss being on my own from time to time. I'm honestly kind of jealous you get to do that. Well, I'm also jealous of the fact that you end up being so strong.
Past Goku gave Gogeta the smile that Gogeta sorely needed. Of course, the only person who'd be able to cheer him up was a part of himself.
Well, since you're gonna be living here for a long time now, how about training me? I'm sure I'll make it worth your time.
I knew you were going to ask me that eventually.
Just like I know that you're going to accept me as your student.
Gogeta had given his past counterpart a look that had told Goku yes before he'd even said a word.
This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to get to your level.
Then, with an arrogant grin, the Vegeta in him had told Goku,
My level? I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point, bringing you to my level would be like training an ant to become a lion. We'll have to take things slow. Getting to my level took decades of hard work, suffering, and a kind of pain you haven't even experienced yet. The kind of pain that'd probably kill this version of you. I won't be going easy on you.
Hearing you say all of that just gets me more and more fired up. I'm ready to go. How about we start today, right now?
You're not starting without me!
Both Goku and Gogeta were somewhat surprised to see their older brother Raditz walking towards them. Raditz, who'd been eavesdropping on Gogeta's and Goku's conversation, wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to unlock his own possible hidden potential, even if that meant being trained with his disgrace of a younger brother.
If you take him on as a student, you need to take me on as one as well.
Well, this is unlike you. The Raditz I remember wasn't a fan of training at all, let alone training under a teacher.
I don't want to be the Raditz that you remember anymore. I don't want to end up as just a memory like supposedly my future self did. I didn't train that much before because I was told by people stronger than me that I'd never be able to reach a power level above the thousands. I was content with that. It was a power that 99% of the people in the universe couldn't even dream of having. Why would I want for more? But after seeing what my younger brother will be capable of in the future, I feel in my bones there are levels of power I can reach that I can't wait to tap into. I realize now that there's not a set hierarchy, that I don't have to be weaker than Vegeta and Nappa anymore, that maybe, with the right teacher, I might even be able to surpass both of them. That's what Kakarot has shown me today. He's shown me the power that I want. If you accept me as your student, I promise I won't let you down.
Gogeta paused for a moment, moved by Raditz's words. It was as if today's events had woken up a sleeping beast within the man. The same sleeping beast that allowed the two men Gogeta was made up of to turn into Super Saiyans.
All right, Raditz. But like I told past me, the training I put you through won't be.
But before Gogeta could finish his sentence, his face and soul turned pale. He felt a familiar presence closing in on Earth. The only problem was that the key he was sensing wasn't any old normal key. It was godly.
No way. Impossible. Is that Beerus and Whis? It can't be. How would they even get here?
Of course, Raditz, who couldn't sense power levels, and past Goku, who couldn't yet sense God Ki, had no idea what had Gogeta so unnerved.
What? What is it? What's going on?
Oh man, maybe he's thinking right now that training you isn't a good idea after all.
Shut up, Kakarot.
Meanwhile, Bulma was sitting with Broly in the front lawn patio of her Capsule Corp home. She watched as Broly devoured an entire buffet of food she had her assistants fetch for the sane brute. After he was done, Broly let out a burp that shook the world.
Wow, I thought only Goku had that kind of appetite, but yours might be even bigger than his, which is hard to believe.
Sorry. On my homeworld, we've never eaten anything like this. Me and my father never knew food that tasted this good existed. How did you produce this?
I didn't. I ordered it from the buffet that's a few blocks away from here.
You can just order food.
You're so clueless, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Your dad did raise you in the middle of nowhere, apparently. I forgot to ask you, how'd you get off of this vamp place anyway?
We were saved by a man named Frieza. I think he was a king or something. His soldiers found us while on a trip to space, and Frieza wanted to recruit me and my father so we can work for him. My dad agreed.
That's it? That's the only reason? He saved you to use you as a tool?
I'm used to it. My dad, he loved me, but he sort of saw me the same way.
You shouldn't be used to that.
Then Bulma touched Broly's hand with that same powerful gentleness she used to touch his cheek earlier. For the first time in his life, Broly blushed.
Look, I know you and Gogeta want to go back to your time and everything, but I think it's a good thing that you're here. A part of me feels like it was meant to be. You need someone to teach you what life's all about. I'd make a great tour guide. Maybe you should stay here, with me, for good.
Broly felt a strange sensation in his chest that he'd never had before. He didn't know what to do with it. All it did was compel him to touch Bulma's hand, the same way Bulma touched his. But then a seemingly endless beam of colorful lights had touched down on the ground, only a couple of feet away from Bulma and Broly. The blast would have pushed Bulma back if Broly, thinking quick on his feet, hadn't caught Bulma in his arms at the last minute. Then, the colorful beam faded, and, after adjusting herself, Bulma saw two peculiar-looking creatures she had never seen before standing in front of her house. A purple cat man with a stoic face and a blue-skinned gentleman dressed like royalty stood where the portal used to be. After coughing from the dust and debris the portal kicked into her lungs, Bulma held her head to make sure it was still on her shoulders and tried to make sense of the two visitors in front of her.
You've got to be kidding me. Can weird stuff please stop happening today? I can only take so much. Hey, who and what the hell are you two? Please tell me you guys have nothing to do with time travel or other dimensions or fusions or any of the other crazy stuff I've heard today.
But Beerus didn't hear a word that Bulma said. At that moment, all he could focus on was Broly.
It's him, the other one. It has to be. I vaguely remember seeing him in my premonition. Even though I can tell he doesn't have God Ki, I can tell from his presence alone that he certainly would be formidable. It's unfortunate he pissed me off, and I have to cut his life so short. I better try to enjoy as much of this battle as I can.
But just as Whis was about to say something, Gogeta jumped from Capsule Corp's balcony, down to the ground in front of Bulma and Broly. Raditz and Goku followed Gogeta's lead, the two brothers having no idea what to make of their two visitors.
What in the world? Hey, who are you guys?
Well, this is my friend, Lord Beerus. He's a god of destruction.
A what?
But whereas Gogeta saw a friend, all Beerus saw was a time-traveling criminal who needed to be executed immediately before he caused any further damage to the timeline and Beerus's beauty sleep. Neither past Goku, Raditz, or Bulma knew what a god of destruction was. Technically, the only god they knew of was Kami, who was watching these bizarre events unfold curiously and quietly from the lookout. But the name God of Destruction, for some reason, sent a chill down everyone's spines at the same exact time.
A god of destruction? What's that supposed to be? Does that mean he's supposed to be really strong? Because I don't sense anything from this guy.
That's because he's emitting God Ki. That's not something you're capable of sensing right now.
I'm sorry, did you say God Ki?
As Goku and Raditz struggled to process what was in front of them, Gogeta's words had intrigued an already curious Beerus so much that he had momentarily forgotten how angry he was.
So this mortal knows me. I assume he must have ran into me in whatever future he came from. And I also assume he must have fought the Beerus of that timeline. Because I can't see myself sensing a mortal like this and not having the itch to play with him in the future. But if that's the case, and he did fight future me, why is this man still alive? And why would he refer to me as his friend? I don't see any version of me being friends with a damn moral.
It was a thought that convinced Beerus, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he needed to put the two time travelers down for good, as if he was avenging his future self.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't think I've ever been happier seeing you two.
The words shocked Beerus so much they practically startled him. The god of destruction had never heard anything like that in his life. Normally, Beerus's appearance was usually treated as an unwanted omen, because if he was on your planet, there was a 50-50 chance it would be destroyed depending on his mood.
Did I hear that right? What did you just say to me?
Look, I know you must be annoyed, but this wasn't my fault. We didn't intentionally go back in time like Trunks did. Me and the big guy just went at it, and then we found ourselves here. This was a complete accident. Whis could tell you. He was there to see the battle.
Every word out of Gogeta's mouth was just making both Beerus and Whis feel crazier and crazier.
What is he talking about? Whis was with him? He acts as if, wherever he came from, he was actually friends with my attendant too. Would the future me and Whis really befriend these Saiyans? And that's why he looks at us as if we're drinking buddies? This is definitely not what I expected.
So, how'd you guys get here? Didn't you say that gods were forbidden from going through time?
Sorry. There seems to be a little bit of a mix-up here. We're not the Beerus and Whis that you knew.
And at that moment, Gogeta realized he'd made a grave miscalculation. It was something he was upset with himself for not considering sooner.
No. Impossible. If that's the case, then that must mean you're the Beerus and Whis from this timeline.
Bingo, you are correct.
The news was as shocking as it was disappointing for Gogeta. He felt like a man stranded on an island watching a boat just pass him by in the night.
I don't understand. You're supposed to be asleep. The Beerus in my timeline didn't wake up until the age 778.
Well, that definitely sounds like a halfway decent nap. And maybe I would have woken up around that time if it wasn't for you two Saiyans time traveling. Whis showed me everything. He showed me you two arriving here from that other dimension. Showed me you two defusing and fusing back again. I know you're really two people in one body. And what I also know is that you're not supposed to be here. As you just said, my future self told you, time travel is strictly forbidden.
We know. And like we just said, it was an accident. We didn't mean to come here.
That doesn't matter. In the court of law, if you accidentally kill someone, you're still going to jail. Unless you're a destroyer, of course. You're not getting off scot-free just because you accidentally broke the rules. You and your sane friend there should have controlled your powers better when you were, what did you say, sparring? Now you're both going to suffer the consequences.
Gogeta could hear the threat loud and clear in Beerus's words, but he still had to ask.
What are you talking about? What consequences?
You asked me why I woke up early. To answer your question, I woke up because I had a vision that I was either going to fight you, him, or both. My premonition told me that you two mortals were going to give me the type of challenge that I hadn't experienced in millions of years. I was excited to face you. A part of me still is, to tell you the truth. But then I discovered you two did something even deities aren't allowed to do, and woke me up from my beautiful sleep to do it, which is an even bigger crime. I cannot let either slide. So, after I'm done toying with you, I'm going to destroy you and this whole damn planet.
This is ridiculous. Why do I get the feeling that ruining his sleep is the main reason why he wants to destroy the Earth? Then again, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. He's the same guy who also wanted to destroy the Earth, just because Boo wouldn't let him eat his pudding.
Gogeta's mind was already preparing himself for combat. On the one hand, admittedly, he was infuriated that Beerus planned on destroying the Earth. But on the other hand, he was excited to see if he'd be able to match Beerus in this form. And if he couldn't, maybe he could at least weaken Beerus enough to where Broly would have been able to handle him if need be as Gogeta's backup. Of course, Gogeta also felt there was a possibility he could convince Beerus to spare the Earth as well.
I was able to change his mind in the future. Maybe I can change his mind in this timeline too. But honestly, I think it'd be more satisfying if I just kicked his ass.